It's time to play. It's time to play. Devil's advocate. Hey, KiKi. It's DA. It's time to play. Devil's advocate.
We never refer to a female cookies. We call it the peace. Since last week we call them cushies. We don't speak ill of the dead. We hope you won't be offended by the things that are said. Playing devil's advocate, and no one here to judge you. As such a true source, you will learn how to love you. Everybody's listening, nobody's tripping. Just like you crazy, everybody's living. This life so crazy, running tough defense. You on the right side, there's no need to pretend. It's an open forum, never done before. It's a future, listen, this is a no cousin, need to learn something, no bugging. It's a charge to switch for 3 buzzing. We don't really care. If you're right or you're wrong, the tune is in this KiKi with the rest of the song.
Hey, KiKi, it's time to play. It's time to play. Devil's advocate. Hey, KiKi, it's DA. It's time to play. Devil's advocate.
And we go a little something like this. Hit it!
At some point, you will be offended by something said on the show. But playing devil's advocate is meant to be a forum for open, honest, and more importantly, judgment-free dialogue. The opinions expressed here may not necessarily be those of the host or of the show in general, but we're willing to have the uncomfortable conversations so that we can heal and find solutions for our listeners and quite possibly even ourselves. Enjoy the show.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Playing Devil's Advocate. I am your host, Miss KiKi, the consummate provocateur, and for the next 120 minutes, you going for a ride, baby. We're going to edutain you. That means for the next 2 hours, you're going to be educated and entertained. We're kind of following a theme from last week, so make sure that you are ready with your pens and paper because you're going to get a lot of information tonight. But before we can do any of that, I need to let you know that we are here each and every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Central, and 10 p.m. to you guys on the East Coast. We are a fully interactive show. We have an interactive chat room. Right over here on YouTube, if you're watching us, welcome to you guys who are now signing in. I see you in there. Also, if you want to send us a tweet, you can tweet us live on Twitter at PDA_Ms. KiKi. That's PDA_MSKIKI. And we'll get your tweet on air. Or you can post to our Facebook wall at facebook.com/playingdevilsadvocate. That's facebook.com/playingdevilsadvocate. And we'll get your comment on air. If you want to know anything about the show, us, listen to any past episodes, our guests, our hosts, you can go to KiKiRichardson.com. See, right here. KiKiRichardson.com, and you'll be able to find out all that information right there. You'll even be able to purchase a copy of this, my book, The Other Woman Code of Conduct, what every other woman should know, and men too. But you can also get it on the iTunes store. Just type in my name, KiKi Richardson, and you can download yourself a copy of the book. Don't let the title fool you. So without any further ado, I have to bring in my crew that rides shotgun with me each and every week. You know her, you love her for coining phrases like lube is for amateurs. You need to have your get out and fuck free card. And as of late, either you rub it out or I suck it out. Ladies and gentlemen, show some love for Miss Sporty, Spunky, Angel. What up, girl?
Hey, girl, what's going on?
Why your voice all crackly?
Child, I don't know. I probably need to drink some.
You see the look on my face like, what you try? Because you always talk about the one that coat is the one that sues. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that might help.
I'm not going to say much because I'm a little raspy today. I'm getting over a cold. I am prepared with my OJ and my water. So don't judge me when I turn up this big old jug of juice. So before we can get into our show, let me bring on our resident testosterone. You guys, he is an entrepreneur. He is an author with a book that's actually coming out I believe, next month. And he's a motivational speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me and welcome into the show. And hopefully he won't talk through his intro. Mr. Rob Carter, what is he, the fourth? Yeah, he's been around a lot. Rob Carter the fourth, y'all. Oh, if you really want to party with me, let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands where my eyes can see. Straight buck wildin' in the place to be. What's up, Rob? Where you go?
What's up? What's up? I couldn't talk or nothing because Chan ain't let me in until after the intro. So.
Oh, good, good, because she know you. You just jump right on in, talk all over your own intro. Welcome, Poppy.
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, people? What's up, Sporty?
So tonight's show is FlimFlams and Scams. And for some reason, I'm so thoroughly tickled by the phrase, the word FlimFlam. I don't know why it tickles me. It takes me back to, I don't know, good times. It's like a 70s, like jive turkey kind of words. I had to add it in the title for tonight's show. So y'all have to forgive me if I get tickled about that. Everything isn't always what it seems, and sometimes when things appear to be too good to be true, they just are, too good to be true. And so tonight we're going to talk about, scam artists, things to be aware of. We're going to talk about how to avoid being scammed. And, you won't be one of those people who were going to a physician who wasn't even old enough to frickin' vote, but had a doctor's office and everything. Or you won't be visiting and paying tithes to a church where the pastor is misappropriating your church funds and all that good stuff. I kind of said something, I think, last week when I don't know if I said it on air or not, but for me, if my spidey senses start tingling or I feel like, and when we talk about, like, the church with the misappropriation of funds kind of thing, it's just some people that I just can't take seriously that I think is just plain out scam foolery, right? Scam foolery. Flim-flam scam foolery. That's my new word. Flim-flam scam flam.
I like it. I like it.
Flim-flam scam foolery. Taffy and Creflo Dollar. Yeah. Y'all sound like cartoon characters, and I'm really not about to give you my money. I'm just saying, that's just me. It sounds.
You want to give dollar no dollar?
You don't want to give Creflo your loot so he can buy another jet and all that?
No.
You're just selfish.
No. I don't even have a jet. Ain't that the one who was doing a GoFundMe or something so he can get a new jet? What's wrong with your old jet? Are you flying your parishioners to and fro on the old jet, or is this just for you? I mean, that's the things I need to know. It smells and reeks of scam. I'm just saying. That's just me. But.
So.
I'm sorry.
Well, can we talk about that one for a little bit?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So, let's just say all these folks, they get something though back from Creflo. Like when they're in there, whatever motivation, inspiration that he gives, because this is not the traditional church setting. What does he call it? What do they call it?
It's a mega church.
Mega church.
Huh?
It's a mega church.
A who church?
It's a mega church, and it's a teaching
yeah. I know it's a mega church, but they got a word for his ministry. Was people that's trying to do better kind of thing. I forget what they call it.
Prosperity preacher.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I'll go with that. Yeah, I'll go with that. Just like I ain't gonna try to pronounce what you did. I'm an old Speed Racer fan, so I'm just gonna say Slick Duggery. You remember Slick Duggery? So that's the same thing as what you're trying to say.
He's smiling Sam, the happiness man. That's who he is.
So you're trying to say this is some Slick Duggery, but when he up there, they leave fulfilled. So I mean, if that's his game, if that's how he runs it.
That last though, you know what I'm saying? It's like, how long does it last? Like some of these
So
churches,
next week, when they come back and get some more, it's like just like dope.
but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because it's like they relieve you of your pockets, but they don't relieve you of anything else, right? You got to go through all kinds of stuff to get food from the food bank that they, say that they need, all this other stuff. And then some of these churches that kill me, that they want to see your W-2s to make sure that you paying your 10% properly to be a member of their church. I don't need to show you my damn W-2s. Why do you need to know my financial standing to be a member of your damn church?
Okay, I get that. I ain't never been that far with none of this. Ain't nobody gonna be checking me to check whether or not I'm giving you the proper amount. That sounds like some old cult.
I'm not making this shit up. I don't make the news. I just report it. This is true spit right there.
But as a lifetime, not even serial hustler, just born and bred hustler, why? And you see I wore the hustler shirt because of that, because I'm sticking with the hustlers now. So if he got game, right, and they leaving every week satisfied with this prosperity motivation, right, they leave there like, I got it, I'm about to do mine. And then whatever little percent of folks that actually do achieve something that he can use as an example, or whatever it helps them do through their life, it ain't worth the $200 or the $100 or whatever they giving.
No, because your station in life hasn't changed. You're not getting. Here's the thing. It's like anything else. What's your ROI? What return on your investment are you getting?
But to them, they're not comparing that. Maybe they cool with what they get. That intangible feeling.
If they were comfortable with what they were getting, they wouldn't be still coming every single week praying for the same shit. Go ahead, Sporty.
And here's what you're missing about that, Rob. I used to belong to a church like that, and I'm not gonna say the name, but this pastor. He used
He's
to
right around the corner, huh? He got another big one on the other.
No. He has a big ministry, but not only does he check W-2s to make sure people are paying their tithes properly, he has quarterly ministries where people are expected to give their entire paychecks in order to support a building fund, literally a building fund. And because they know what your paycheck is, they have you sign a wage garnishment form and everything. And if you do not follow these instructions to that pastor's, specifications, they will kick you out the church.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's the thing. That just kick me out, because that's going too far. Now that is straight up scam. If I got it to belong to a church, I'm supposed to be getting the word and all that shit.
And why are you garnishing my check to build?
Right. All that's supposed to be free. And my little donation, I get it. We know it's customary, 10% or whatever.
And my tithes is not for the church, not really supposed to be for you to do whatever you supposed to see fit with it. My tithes is supposed to be for maintenance and all this upkeep of this place of worship.
Right.
And this person has.
But from what I know, when I know his shit tight now, it ain't like he's scrapping on the shit. I mean, it's like a palace.
That's my point. It doesn't need to be all that to be a place of worship, and you don't need to be driving $100,000 cars and asking me for more money to buy you a fucking jet when I gotta take the damn bus to get to and from work. What kind of? It's just scam foolery. I'm telling you, FlimFlams scam foolery.
But, I don't know. Same book says, hey, you do my due and I give you riches. It implies that somewhere in there. At least I heard that.
I give you riches. Who is the you? Because it ain't the mofos that's paying their money every damn week. They're saying, fuck that shit. That ain't God. That's some bullshit. And then someone else says, that's not a church.
I think y'all blocking me from the chat on purpose.
No, we're talking from the chat. Mo says that's not a cult. It's it's not a church. It's a cult. I think that's some flim-flam foreign foolery. But it is what it is. Let me kind of shift gears here a little bit. This is something a little bit closer to home for me. In terms of what I do professionally. Everybody knows that, KiKi's the coach, and Sporty, calm down. I ain't even got there yet, right? And so, I find myself in a lot of situations mentoring or, assisting people in their journey of transitioning into this industry, which is fine. I don't mind doing that. I don't mind imparting some wisdom that I didn't have getting into the game, all that stuff. You know, if I can help your learning curve, I don't feel like you're digging in my pocket in any way, shape, or form, because there's enough out there on the table for us all to eat.
Right.
But what I found interesting is someone came to me and they said that they wanted to be a coach. And they were like, well, you know, I don't think I need to be certified in order to be a coach. And immediately it made my blood boil. And I'm like, well, what do you mean you don't need to be certified? Now, I'm not saying you got to have doctorates and all this other stuff on your wall or whatever, but at least get your certification so that you can understand the profession and what it means to be a coach, right? And so I'm like, well, you know, I'm not saying that while you're getting your certification, you can't, you know, still assist clients, so to speak. I'm like, but there are a lot of things that you would miss that you're not getting, and you will be doing your clients a disservice if you don't do that. Well, I mean, I just don't think it's necessary. You know, I got life experience in this and the other. Okay, you can have life experience. That's great and all. But your life experience has nothing to do with you being a fucking coach. What I've been through don't have shit to do with your damn journey. And that's where people get the game fucked up, right? So what I'm saying is, all you people who are going out here and getting coaches and therapists and this, that, and the other, you need to do your due diligence and find out who it is that you're talking to. I said to them, fine, if you want to use your life experience and not be credentialed or not understand how the profession works, then go be a speaker. No shade on speakers, because I speak too, right? Go be an advice columnist. Go, you know, there are a whole bunch of things that you can do, because people that have that mentality that you can just jump into being a coach and not understand, excuse me, what that really means, what that really entails. You know, if you don't understand mirroring and Socratic questioning and all of these things, you're doing your client a disservice, because all you're doing is putting them on your treadmill based on your shit, right? And that's not helping them. So, you know, I implore you guys, if they're not certified and you can't check their certification, or you can't get any testimonials, or, you know, they're not offering free consultations before you join up, you know, even if it's only 30 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever the case, so you can see what you're getting into, then shame on you, because they're going to be taking your money over and over, and you're going to be on this hamster wheel, and you're never, ever going to be finding your life changing, because you're not working with somebody who has the ability to help you. So that's me.
Can I speak now?
Sure.
Oh, girl, you know this is a hot topic with me, and it pisses me completely off. I'm looking at the camera now. So, I was approached by someone that knows someone who calls themselves a relationship coach. Now, here's my problem with you calling yourself a relationship coach. One, I know you don't have any certification. Two, they told me they've been listening to this person and letting them coach them for well over a year and a half. Okay. Three, this person has been married twice, divorced I don't know how many times, got 4 or 5 different baby daddies, and does some of the most horrible things in her relationship that I would not tell a client ever. But you are an expert on relationships, and you have no training on how to coach people. Go sit your little short ass down somewhere. I am livid with you messing up this person's life. It's not about you imparting your experience on these people. Girl, I'm so sick of these wannabe coaches. Here's
the thing. For me, it's not you've had all of these failed relationships and this, that, and the other, but let's be clear about where your position is in your practice.
But she talks about herself. It's all about her to her.
Who are you talking to, though?
Look, girl, look here.
All I'm saying is, I don't care where you come from, because everybody has made missteps in their lives. Everybody, you know, has made decisions that they've learned from, and they can probably impart some wisdom in you. Everybody can bring something of value to your life. But what I'm saying is, as a coach, there are certain things to the trade that you need to be aware of. And if you are not aware of those things, you are doing your client a disservice. Rob, you've been sitting down there being emoji man again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I get it, and you know, I guess the fine line is the terminology and what you call yourself. I'm gonna use myself for example. You know, I mean, of course, I got an education, but my education ain't in. I guess it is in business, but I mean, it ain't in making shit happen. It ain't in achievement or some general form, because I don't even think they're giving that now for that. But so overcoming obstacles and the things that I preach and the things that I teach and all, and I mean, this might not be the best scenario because there is no real certification for that. I guess you can pull a bunch of strategic planning things and shit together and say that, hey, I got some kind of credentials, but life experiences is what I use as analogies a lot, because the people that I'm motivating, because my goal is not to say I'm coaching you, although I am coaching you because it's interactive. I listen to your scenario. I'll give you some recommendations based on what I've done, but it's a theory. It's a process that I'm trying to transfer of how to overcome shit, and I use my own personal experiences as an example. You know what I'm saying? And most people can relate because my audience is in similar situations.
And that's fine. Nobody's knocking that. What I'm saying to you is, if you're putting your shingle out as a professional in this particular arena, not I'm a motivator, I'm a speaker, I'm imparting my story to you, and maybe that can somehow assist you on your journey. Maybe my missteps can help you. That's something totally different, right? Then you coming to me, you know, there are people there are doctors who understand the craft of being a doctor, right? And then there are people who are healers or whatever, who may, you know what I mean? So it's like, okay.
Spiritual, yeah.
You know, whatever. Or whatever. They might not even have any of that. But the fact of the matter is, it's like, okay, but when something goes wrong, here's the thing. If something goes wrong and you give them a miscue, because a lot of people think being a coach is giving people advice and stuff like that. That's not my job. As a coach, it is not my job to give you an advice. Me giving you advice is based on my own life script and the way I see things through my lens, right? Me as a coach, my job is to help you find your answer that is best suited for your life script to help you live your best life.
Correct.
So it's not about me. But people don't get that because they think they know what being a coach is, but you wouldn't know that if you never went to go find out what coaches do. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, even what I do is not about telling people. I just use analogies, but it's all, you have to apply it to your own life. I mean, everybody's situation is different. So, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, you can't be, like, telling people what to do.
But that's what people think coaching is.
Yeah,
they think that's what it is.
Yeah,
people come to them
telling you what to do. You need.
But that's a lot of what happens with the mental health profession when you have therapists. A lot of times therapists will tell you what's wrong with you, and they'll tell you do this and do that and do this, do that. Now I'm not talking about exercises to help you.
Right, like physical.
I'm talking about right, but a lot of times they'll give you a crutch. They'll give you a reason to continue certain behaviors, or give you an out, or give you an excuse for that behavior. You know, oh, well, you have this issue. No, bitch, you just selfish. Right? As a coach, for me, I'm saying, you know, does that sound selfish to you? Or I'll repeat what you said back to me. Like, how does that sound to you? And then you'll say to me, oh, well, that sounds selfish. If you put it like that, it sounds selfish. No, I didn't put it that way. You put it that way. So now you've come to your own realization about your own behavior. So how do we plan to change this? Right? So now but therapists don't do that. They'll tell you you're the one that's being selfish. So now you've taken that on. And that's why people can say to you they've been going to their therapist for 15 years, but their life is still fucked up and they still going through the same shit because they're not understanding their own shit and fixing their own shit. One of the things I tell clients is, I didn't help you fuck your shit up, so I didn't fuck your shit up, so I can't fix it for you. I can help you fix it. Right. I can show you how to fix it, but that's not my job.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah. Let me get off of that. So don't get scammed by these people claiming they fucking coaches and they don't know what the hell they doing. If you want somebody to give you advice, call your homegirls. Don't pay nobody $125 an hour, $75 an hour, whatever their rate is, for them to give you damn advice. Ill-advised advice at that.
Yeah, the goal is to get out of there. A real coach wants to see you on your own.
Exactly. I don't want to keep you on my roster for years and years because that means I'm not doing something right.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
So that was that. Now that I got that off my chest.
Because that one was personal, right? Yeah.
Yes, it was.
That was personal. I'm sorry. That was personal. Okay, so let's move on to some. Well, this one is personal too because it actually happened to me. We're talking about scams. For those of you guys who just may be joining us, we are talking about FlimFlams and scams. We're talking about people who present themselves to be one way when they actually aren't, or they hold themselves at a certain level when they actually don't have that to do. We were talking about the little teenager boy who was practicing as a physician and he's a child. Never been to medical school. People were actually going to him, paying him money. He had an office, the whole nine. And was arrested twice for doing this, by the way.
Gynecology, no less.
Right. So we're talking about those types of things, and we're also talking about some actual scams that are out there and how you can be aware of what they are. He said he's scamming us right now. He's really a shy white dude.
No.
I can believe the white dude
pattern develop here with him.
I can believe the white dude part.
See, because it wasn't that hard to do this, with all of the technology today,
Mm-hmm.
So, just since we coming clean, I got to just come clean. You said it's okay if I come clean, right?
It's a safe space, baby. No judgment here. It's a safe space, Rob. Let me tell you about this scam that happened to me. I get a phone call one day, and I'm on the no-call list, right? I have registered all my numbers with the no-call list. So I get this phone, and the person calls, and they're like, can I speak to? And I'm like, who is this? Well, this is agent so-and-so from the DEA, and I need to speak with her immediately about blah, blah, blah. Apparently it's this drug scam where people are ordering drugs online or whatever, and so they're calling you saying that was illegal, so you need to, they're going to arrest you or whatever, right? I ain't ordered no damn drugs online, so first of all, I noticed some bullshit, but I'm like, okay, what now? Yeah, so you need to fill out this affidavit, and you need to send, excuse me, my body is rejecting this bullshit. And you need to pay the registration fee, so it can be registered with the court, this, that, and the other. And I said, listen here, man, let me tell you something. If you don't do it by this time, then he can start getting aggressive. If he cut me out, if you don't do it by this time, we're going to send somebody to your house. We know where you are. Well, come on, you know where I am. I was like, where I live again? So he telling me about some address I had when I first moved to California. Come on. I was like, come on in. Come visit me. Come see about me. Well, we don't have a problem with doing it. We're tracking this phone call right now. Well, then you know exactly where I am. In my head, I'm standing in the parking lot right outside in Atlanta, Georgia. So if you're thinking you coming to my house in California and I'm standing in Atlanta, Georgia, okay. I said, if you don't get off my phone right now, I will call the police on you. I'm like, I will call the FTC. I will report you. Don't call me no more with this bullshit. Trying to tell me to send them. I need to go to get a prepaid card and then so I can pay the registration fee. Baby, I said, are you serious? Somebody actually fell for this shit?
So they got people calling you, scaring you because they into doing some shit that whatever, you ordered some shit online and you supposed to send a check to somebody or a card or
prepaid debit card. You're supposed to call them with the number on the prepaid debit card.
A registration fee.
Yes.
So I gotta register to do what? I gotta register to go to jail?
Like when you file papers with the court, you have to pay the fee when you go file papers with the court.
I don't file the papers. I let the sheriff file the papers. What papers I'm filing?
I understand that. I'm saying to you, this is the shit people fall for because they get scared. You get some aggressive talking dude talking fast on the phone, talking about he from the DA and he gonna come to your house and da 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 da. A lot of people get scared, especially elderly people, because they're like, oh, they don't know, and they, half the time they scared of the internet anyway. So they're like, oh Lord, what have I done on the internet? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to jail. I'm 87. I can't go to jail now, right? And then they'll go get these prepaid cards, call these people back with the number. Well, this is my reference. Here's your case number, your file number, whatever. They call them back and get them the number off the prepaid card, and the person it's free money for them.
So yeah, because then the person feel like they did what they had to do, so now they're good. They don't expect shit else. Okay. That's kind of like the things that you get on email when they tell you some shit. But I get one from Wells Fargo all the time, and I ain't got no account with Wells Fargo, so I ain't clicking that shit. And then I get one from the student loan people about this student loan that I don't have. So yeah.
See, now it's two things. Thing number one, like he was saying about the emails, all of a sudden I start getting phone calls. Angel, where are you? You know, and I'm like, what do you mean, where am I? It's like, well, how did you get stranded over in so-and-so? And how much money do you need so we can get you home? And I'm like, if you really send some money to those idiots, it was not for me, nor is it to me. So don't listen to that bullshit. And then when the people call your phone, you know, especially if they ask me for me by my government name, and they ask me by my first name, hey, can I talk to Angelique? I'm like, well, who are you? You know, because if you haven't known me from childhood, you're not using that name. You calling me Angel. So first of all, you calling my house using my first name, which I totally despise. If you're a bill collector, scam artist, whatever you are, don't call my house asking for me by my first name like we friends and you know who I am. That's going to get you cussed out. But they call, well, you won such and such, and in order for you to play
they try all kinds of shit.
You gotta give us your name number. What credit card do you want to use to pay your taxes and fees on your free trip?
I pay my taxes and fees to the goddamn. I pay my taxes to the damn IRS. And if it's free, why is there taxes? Why is there tax on free?
Everything is free and all inclusive, except you have to pay the port taxes and the excise fee and all. I'm like, yeah, okay.
I will pay it to the port. What port? Who is it? Who you paying it to? I'll pay it with them directly. It's a whole bunch of scams out here. Here's one. Excuse me, guys. Here's one. There's this. Since you mentioned the student loan one, Rob, there's this one that they call the federal student tax, right? And so they're calling people and saying to them shit like they're acting like they're from the IRS, and they're trying to trick students into paying a student tax, which doesn't even exist, right? So what they'll do is they'll say to them, they'll say that they'll give you information like maybe a school that you did go to, which they could find out if they did a search on you or whatever, right? And then they'll demand that you wire money immediately by like MoneyGram or something like that. And if you don't act quickly enough, the caller might threaten to report you to the authorities. And if you hang up on them, they may follow you up with a spoofed caller ID number, right? And the call ID might say 911 or U.S. government or something like that. It's all fake, right? First of all, let's be clear, people. The IRS will never ask you to wire them any money.
No, they won't. Trust me, they won't.
They will never, ever contact you by phone first.
They won't.
Trust me, they won't.
That's true. Trust me. That's true.
Trust me. They will send you a letter. So if you get one of those calls, hang up. Don't send nobody shit. Don't give them no personal information about you or any of that.
And listen, if the IRS, if you don't owe them at least $20,000, $30,000, if you ain't made enough to owe them that shit, then they ain't
not coming for you.
Don't even think that it's the IRS. That's for sure. I can tell you. That's the truth.
They good with the paper. They do a paper trail long before
it
they
ain't
start
worth
calling.
it. It ain't even worth it to chase you for less than that. You know,
No.
they ain't fucking.
Yeah, I'm just saying. But here's the thing. It's a student tax, so they're going after younger people.
Yeah, so they don't know. Yeah, they don't
right,
know.
they're not as savvy and they don't understand. So these kids are freaking out trying to figure out, oh my God, I need to pay this tax and all this other stuff. So just let your younger ones know that maybe going off to school this year or whatever, let them know. If somebody call you talk about they from the IRS, hang up, because IRS ain't calling you.
Not on your cell phone.
They not gonna call you, boo boo.
And while you talking about school stuff, you know, they have this happened to me. Now I had some student loans, but my student loans are paid off. I don't owe Sally shit. So people are calling like, you know, well, is your birthday such and such? I'm like, no. Well, you have this and you went to this school and you owe this amount of money, and if you don't pay it, we're going to garnish your paycheck. Well, there's a few things wrong with that statement. You know, given I know you're not getting ready to garnish no paycheck of mine. That's the first thing. And two, how you going to claim that I owe money on student loans that I have complete documentation saying I don't owe a penny to Sally for nothing? So they call you, they send you letters, they do all of this stuff to get you to pay this money, and you know, people are falling for it. I'm like, why are you paying these people?
Let me tell y'all something about paying money. Paying money. Can't nobody take your money unless you sign something that says that they can take your money. They can't go to your job and make them do shit unless you sign something that say that you could do that. Unless, of course, it is Uncle Sam, but by then, you done ignored Uncle Sam, and he done tried to get you in court and everything else by then, so you already know that shit coming. You know what I mean? Or the courts for child support.
Child support.
But you already know that's coming, because they'd have been already on your ass. You done already did a couple 30-day spell. You know, they get you before you know. I know you know. So you gonna know.
Right, Robert, TMI.
Look, I know too, Rob. We right here, man. I got you on that one.
So,
yeah, you'll be surprised at the people that fall for this fuck shit, because they, you know, like I said, they call and they tell you they're gonna call the police, or they're gonna have the authorities come after you, or they're gonna garnish your wages, and you know, they always call you at a time where you fucking busy and you really can't pay attention really 100% to what they're saying. All you hear is the buzzwords: police, garnish, you know what I mean? Sue, you know, all the buzzwords that they use, and then they're aggressive with it too. You know, here's the thing: if there's somebody that's trying to collect a debt of any sort, there's certain guidelines that they have to follow, and I'm gonna talk about a little bit later some of the debt collectors that have been banned by the FTC and the FBI. So I'll give y'all some information on that a little bit later. So if you have some debt collectors coming after you, they might be on this ban list, and you can tell them to go fly a kite, asshole naked, through razor blade hell with gasoline draws on. I'm just saying. So for those of you guys who just may be joining us, this is Playing Devil's Advocate. I am your host, Miss KiKi, the consummate provocateur, and today we're talking about FlimFlams and scams. And there are a lot of people that fall for a lot of shit, and I am amazed at the way excuse me, people fall for stuff. So if you want to be a part of our conversation, talk about a scam that you knew about or that you heard about and you want to share with people so that they don't get caught up in it, give us a shout in our chat room. We have an interactive chat room right there. You can send us a tweet at PDA_Miss KiKi, or you can post to our Facebook wall at facebook.com/Playing Devil's Advocate, and we'll get your comments on air. We have some tweets that I need to read in a little bit, but before we do any of that, I'm hacking up a lung, so I think it might be time for a drink. What y'all think?
Yes, I'm ready for a beverage.
Where you get that cup from?
Girl, quit playing. Do you know who got this cup for me?
I don't understand why I don't have one, but I'll talk about that later offline. Anyway, I'm sitting up here drinking out of bottles and shit, and meanwhile you got the fancy paraphernalia. I'm mad. It's time for the drink of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Cousin Chan does it every single week. This week she is doing it in honor of Memorial Day. So, Cousin Chan, why don't you tell us a little bit about this drink?
Hey everybody, tonight's drink of the week is a Memorial Day Punch. Tonight's drink of the week, we're going to use 12 ounces of aged rum, 9 ounces of light rum, 6 ounces of Grand Marnier, 9 ounces of fresh lemon juice, 9 ounces of fresh orange juice, 9 ounces of a spiced simple syrup, and 6 ounces of club soda. And what we're going to do with this is we're going to add all the ingredients into a pitcher or another container. Stir to combine. Place a large ice block or fill halfway with large ice cubes into a punch bowl. Add the mixture, then garnish with lemon and orange half wheels. And there you have it. Memorial Day punch. All right, guys, be safe. Enjoy. Drink responsibly. I'll see you next week.
Yes.
Now, wait a minute.
Almost got up and did hot tub.
Oh, shit. Don't do that. Because I can't be responsible for any injuries that you may have get by doing
In my
this.
hip. In my hip. Yeah, in my hip.
She said aged dark rum.
9 ounces.
No, 12. 12.
12 ounces. Oh, the next one was 9 ounces.
Yeah, light rum. 6 ounces of Grand Marnier.
Yeah, 6 ounces, yeah.
9 ounces of lemon juice. 9 ounces of orange juice. 9 ounces of spiced simple syrup. And 6 ounces of club soda.
That's what she said.
Rum, Grand Marnier. Y'all gonna have some memories about that day. It's gonna be Memorial Day, all right?
Memory might be you don't remember what the hell she put in that.
Somebody gonna remember. People like me who don't drink, I'm gonna have the memories to have to tell y'all about what you did on that day you drank that shit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get that recipe, go to facebook.com/playingdevilsadvocate. Click the link. Try to drink. Let Cousin Chan know what you think. I am having a hot flash, which is causing me to cough. So I do apologize. So I'm going to throw the ball over to you, Sporty, for you to give a scam.
Well, here's one that I am like so... I don't even know where to begin with it. But it's when people do this... it's more of a personal thing. They fake, like an illness or sickness or something to get money from people. They do these, what do you call it? The GoFundMe things. And they need to go on a trip to Africa with their church. Little Bobby died, and you don't have no money for his funeral.
I did that, yeah.
Yeah. Then you're pregnant, but you don't have no way to take care of the baby because you got pregnant by unforeseen circumstances, and you need some help, and you displaced and got to move, and all this extracurricular bullshit for your GoFundMe account.
Right.
Get my boo out of jail because he didn't really kill, baby's kids.
Right. So you just basically said people trying to get funds out of you. Sympathy.
Yeah.
So is that like that new thing, like when Kanye was like 52 million in the hole, they said some dude put a fund me something on some website or some shit. Is that what you talking about? Something like that?
Yeah, that's part of it. It's bullshit. They scamming you on getting money for you to pay for something for them, and it's either not for that or it's for some bullshit. Like
y'all see why you can only reach me by messenger. I don't be answering my phone and shit like that, because that's the best way to eliminate the scams. I don't even pick it up. I don't even know half the shit y'all dealing with. But can I just comment to folks?
For sure.
This one, because I ain't really experienced it, but I did read the one article about some dude. It was good that somebody only put like 17 cents or something. It was some small ass, unridiculous amount. Nobody supported this whole Kanye deal because when fuck, you know what I'm saying. But hey, I don't care if you're trying to get to your church, and this might sound cold or hard, but that ain't my fucking problem. If you can't go to Africa with the congregation and do some good shit for these hungry motherfuckers, then the people who can, let them motherfuckers go. They'll tell you about it. They'll send you a postcard, but I ain't funny finna send your ass to unless I'm going to Africa and I want you to go to Africa with me, then fuck you. If the dude is in jail, that's his problem. Well, he did something. Don't be getting all sentimental with these bastards over there because they ain't even your people. You don't even know this motherfucker. This is what pisses me off because I'm taking this personal. Because everybody want to act like the damn society, want to get with a society on somebody because they situation. Fuck, everybody got a situation. Ain't nobody sending me money for my 6 motherfucking kids that need to eat and blah, blah, blah. I do what I got to do. And then you say what was the other one? Somebody else, some of the motherfucker that was in jail who need to be there. Fuck him. He can't get out. He can't get out. That's his problem. They're gonna feed him. He gonna be all right. And people visit him, just like I was gonna visit the motherfucker from last week. They'll visit him. He'll be all right. You said one more. You said one more that I wanted to get to. It was like, what the hell? Who cares? That's everybody. Y'all, if y'all send money to that shit, you send the money to the real people that got a real. Just walk down to the damn shelter. Go to the grocery store. Walk down to the shelter. Get you some fucking canned goods and feed some motherfuckers down the street. If you want to be helpful, fuck that internet shit. Because then you can see the person face to face. I don't even send the money to them poor little children. It's sad because I wanted to. They some sad ass children too. And that shit, they picked them. I'm telling you, where they pick all them children don't look that bad. They pick them sad motherfuckers to be on your. I had to stop watching it. Them come on, I turn it, I go somewhere because I can't take it. I know I would fall for it. Don't do it. Go where you can meet somebody and shake their hand and soup kitchen. Fuck that thing. Anyway, I'm sorry.
I got two questions for you, Rob.
Yeah.
Question number one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the echo is for.
You know what?
I don't know what
There's an echo, and I don't know where it's coming from.
Oh, okay.
So question number one. Are you really upset about this?
I just think society, I got an issue with this whole, somebody's supposed to bail me out shit. You know what I mean? And like I said, that's why I say just turn the TV off with them old sad children, because that's sad.
Let me put this in your head about the old sad children, okay? You have, how old are these commercials? They're years old, correct?
Yeah, they keep coming on.
Those motherfuckers are grown now. Okay?
Yeah, but they got new sad. They find them sad. But that's what I'm saying. Them people, you feed all these kids with 25 cents, can feed, this guy for a year, whatever it is. It just sounds so good to put so little, so many jump onto it. And I'm saying, that one they got that shit down. Because if you watch that, if you got a heart, that shit hurts.
Man, what they got the girl with the dogs? One dog got a half-eyed a cat missing an arm, and
they got that.
And then
I turned the channel because.
And then they got that sad ass song, Arms of.
I'm gonna tell you why I turned it on.
Like, come on, are you killing me?
I'm gonna tell you why I turned it on. I'm gonna tell you my story. I'm gonna tell you my story. So I was on. I guess it's Stony Island, right? Yeah, it's probably like it's a Popeyes or a KFC, something right down there, across from Osco. Is that Stony Island or College Grove? Anyway, I'm down there with William. We in the car and we pull in. I think it's KFC, it was probably KFC. Whatever. We pull in, and this homeless dude or hungry dude or con artist dude, but this dude. He comes up, hey man, I'm hungry. Can I get a thing? Can I get a this? Can I get a that? And I'm like, no, man, but see, you know how it is, Chicago. But I'm like, nah, man, but I'll buy you something. What you want? Order what you want. I was feeling good. I was in the green car. You remember the green car? I used to be kicking it. I thought I was in it. So I was like, yeah, I'm rolling. I can afford that. So I'm like, I'll buy whatever you want. No, man, I don't really like this. I want to eat. Man, if you don't get the fuck away from me, I got all these forces. I was ready to fight, because I was like, really? So then from that point forward, I stopped helping people. I'm like, you know what? If I could feed you, I will. I saw a dude at Harold's Chicken, and he ate, and that was good. He was like, oh, my humble, how much can I get? One piece? I'm like, no, eat some shit so you can take something with you. And so I'll do that. That's why I say go to the soup kitchen. But if you can't see them, you can't touch them, you can't feel them, fuck them. Because you don't know where it's going, Because this dude, man, he screwed it up for every I need a hand dude for me ever.
It's a lot of people who want hands. Funny story. A couple of weekends ago, I was hanging out with the elders because one of the elders' daughters was graduating from nursing school out here. And we pull up into the farmer's market. For those of you guys who are out here in Atlanta, y'all know about the Cobb Farmer's Market right there on South Cobb. Anyway, we pull into this parking lot, to go into the party because we gonna cook and everything, you know, for after the graduation and stuff. And this heifer, now mind you, one of the elders who's my soror, I'm sitting behind her in the truck and she's in driving, and all I hear her saying is and we all like, what the hell is she talking about? Because we don't see it. Then all of a sudden I see coming up off the side this lady. She's all raggedy and tattered and torn, and so the window was down. So she was like, can you give me $20? Bitch, 20? Do you know 20? She was like, if you don't get the fuck away from my car. I mean, she's getting ready to open the door and jump out on her. Because I'm like, did she ask you for $20? And then she got indignant. She looked like, well, fuck, you know what I mean? I'm like, $20? I know that the economy had got bad for a minute there. But when did it become okay for panhandlers to ask you for $20?
Yeah, that's she yeah.
You got to put us to work for $20. $20. Now what you gonna do with that $20? Smoke it. Anyway, let's move on. Here's another scam y'all need to be aware of, and I'm gonna try to roll through these a little quickly. And this one right here is sick. There's a place in hell for the sick fucks who come up with this one. There's a fake funeral notice, right? And it's for your computer. These scam artists always try to figure out a way to get malware onto your computer and stuff, right? But this takes it to an all-time low. They'll send you this bogus email with the subject line, funeral notification. And the message appears to be from a legitimate funeral home. And it offers you condolences and invites you to click on a link for more information about the upcoming celebration of life for your friend or loved one, right? But instead of sending you to the funeral home's website, the link sends you to some random-ass domain where the scammers can download malware to your computer. That's some sick shit. Y'all just sitting there looking at me. Why y'all sitting there looking at me?
Because, I mean, first of all, why would you open an email that say funeral notice? Everybody who done died in my family.
Somebody gonna call you. Yeah, they gonna call you. And they gonna use the right name, too. They ain't gonna use your government name. They gonna call you.
Yes, they gonna call and say, hey, so-and-so gone. You know, we don't have the arrangements yet. You know, this is what's gonna happen. I don't see me looking in the email in the next week for my cousins and aunt to tell me when my uncle's funeral is gonna be. They're going to pick up the phone and call me and say, you know, Angel, come on down.
Well, maybe not, because here's the thing. Some people got a lot of family. Excuse me. Some people, it's just difficult for them to have to make all those calls to all these people. So they might send out an email message. You never know.
Got a group text, which is also a pain in the ass, but that might come faster than me looking at a goddamn email that say funeral notice.
No. I'm just saying.
I'm with Sporty on the text thing. Maybe, you know, if they got to get to you, you know, they here's the thing. If I'm even interested in the funeral, first of all, if a motherfucker's emailing me about a funeral, I don't know this bastard well enough to be considering doing shit for the funeral.
No. It's the funeral home.
Yeah, so that's fine too. That's fine too, because if the motherfuckers who planning the funeral didn't have enough to call me, then, and it's being dispatched or delegated to the funeral home, they don't think enough about me, then fuck them in their funeral too. You got to people with the
Wow, Rob. Wow. It's not about you. It's about the dead guy.
So really, thinking that close to somebody who I get an email about a funeral? Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, shit. A lot of people find out about people's funerals on Facebook. So, I mean, you know.
But those people don't expect you to participate because if they didn't reach out to you, so why I'm worried about this letter? All I'm saying. My thing is,
you'll be surprised at the people that click on that shit. Thinking it's a funeral home, and then
y'all need to take something. Y'all need to take something out of my book. Take a page out of my book. I don't open shit that I ain't expecting. I don't care. Fucking Best Buy, Groupon's, this ain't nothing in there appealing enough for me to click unless if I ain't in the mood to buy a TV, I don't need to see the fucking ad from Best Buy. If I ain't trying to buy no drawers when Steinmart send me shit, I ain't opening it. All I want to do is go where I want to go when I want to go. All this intrusion, it's just like the mailbox. It's the same thing. When you went to the mail and they had all that shit, you go, and then you pull out your bills, right? You threw this shit in the trash. You didn't even open it. Why are you opening this? You think you're going to open it now because it's in your house. You got a different kind of perspective. Oh, I can open it and blah, blah, blah. It's the same shit. You just ain't ripping the paper. You need to stop opening that shit. If you ain't looking for it, don't open it.
I hear what you're saying, but sometimes, you know, we don't live in that kind of world no more, man. Everybody is sending stuff and, you know, doing things that way. So I'm just letting y'all know some of the scams that are going out here. We know it's ridiculous because, you know, we come from the streets. We come from the hood. You know, we come from a different way of life.
What does that say in the email? 124?
I got you beat.
So I'm just saying, that's 124. There's no way I want to read 124 email. I ain't going through that shit. I'm going to just go.
My screen is cracked. Don't judge me.
What you got today?
What that say?
Yours say 3,000.
Yeah, but you don't check your shit twice a day.
I do check my shit.
Twice a day.
That's just how much shit I get, but I do have 1 million email addresses, though.
That is true. And
I'm looking in the chat room. 343, yep.
That's today's
I'm looking in the chat room, and let me go to some comments that came through on Instagram as well. They said Rocky said federal guaranteed debts can't warrant a garnishment. Somebody else said, thank God I don't own a computer. Someone else said, I don't check my email hardly unless I'm expecting something. I heard about the friend's funeral through another friend who saw it on Facebook. Some of our comments that are coming through on on Twitter, it says, when we were talking about the relationships advice and all that other stuff, it said relationship advice. Find someone you'd rather look at more than your phone. I said, damn, have come a long way from, quote, do you have 2 10s for a 5 in the 80s? Remember in the 80s? It says, then it says, we got a dude in my hood that be begging and always got a brand new pair of Jordans every day. Yeah, you pay for his Jordans. You know, so it's people come up with all kinds of ways to try and get to part you from your money. And, you know, again, the wise cookie, fortune cookie, you know, a fool and his money, that's actually in the Bible. A fool and his money shall soon part. Yeah, that's one of those instances too. Let me give y'all another one. This one is real. It's real active now because, you know, with the Affordable Health Care Act, there's a lot of stuff. You know, people are getting calls that sounds like this. That'll say that they work for you know, you need to buy health insurance or face a fine, which that's true. You do, right? And then it'll say to learn more, press 1. And then a person who works for the health insurance marketplace gets on the call, and then they claim, you know, that if you don't do this and do that, then you need to sign up now. And they ask them for personal information so they can get you signed up, so you don't be, you know, you're not forced to pay this fine. Listen. People, don't give some random voice on the other side of the phone any personal information about you. Let's be clear. It's hard enough to get through to the marketplace calling in. Them motherfuckers ain't calling out.
No.
They are not calling out. So if you get somebody telling you that you're going to face a, you know, a fine of some sort, the government is not calling you. You're not that fucking important. And I know that sounds crazy. I know it sounds cruel. But the reality is, you're not that fucking important that the government is taking time out to call you to tell you about your taxes or for some student loan or something like that, or to tell you that you don't have health care, which you already know. They're not doing that.
Yeah. You are that important, just not to them. But yeah, no, they don't know, they'll find out, and they'll penalize you in your tax return. That's how they roll with that. They ain't calling you, that's for sure.
They are not calling you. I'm gonna give y'all another one, and then I'm gonna see if y'all have another one. Then we're gonna go into some of the ways to avoid scams, and then I'm gonna give you guys the links and everything for the banned debt collectors, and give you a couple names of those people who are on that list. Okay, so here's one that happens a lot to people. It's a house stealing scam, right? Now it starts like this. The con artist will start by picking a house to steal. And let's just say it's yours, Rob, right? So next, they'll assume your identity. So they'll get hold of your name, your personal information, and some of that stuff is easy to do off the internet or whatever. And they'll use that to create fake IDs, social security cards, etc., right? And then they'll go to an office supply store and they'll purchase forms that transfer property. Then after forging your signature and using fake IDs, they file these documents with the proper authorities. And boom, lo and behold, your house is now theirs. Now, there's some variations on this, right? Sometimes they'll look for a vacant house, right? Say it's a vacation home or a rental property or something like that. And then they'll do a little research to find out who owns it. Then they'll steal that person's identity, so on and so forth. Go through the same process of transferring the deed, put the empty house on the market, pocket the profits. Or this one, or even this one. They have stolen houses that people were actually living in. Found a buyer, right? Say somebody who was happy with they were moving from out of state and they were happy with the online, the online pictures or whatever. Sell the house to them without you even knowing, right? You still paying a mortgage on it because they've done all the other stuff of transferring the deed and all that. You've been living in this house paying your mortgage company. Of course, your mortgage company ain't gonna call you and be like, "Hey, you paying us for nothing." They're not gonna say that, right? We taking your money unnecessarily, and then you sell the house or whatever. And then next thing you know, you don't even own your house. You got people coming to move you out your house saying you don't even belong there. You like, I got my paperwork, and they got paperwork that's dated more recently saying that they own the house and that you sold it to them, and you gotta go.
That was
murder, death, kill.
They gotta have somebody at the title company, because that one's tough. Because it's got a clear, you gotta get a clear title. You know what I'm saying? But I wish somebody would try to sell my house. I got guns up in this bitch. It's nice and like warlike in this motherfucker. I'm just saying.
On your Call of Duty,
you're giving the audience the appearance that you have some type of anger issues.
Well, if they watch the show, they know that. I mean, it's not like that. I mean, a couple of shows ago, we talked about maximum anger management.
And you were engaged to Cousin Chan, so you can't be no punk.
I'm just saying, ain't no secrets. But yeah, no, that one's tough. That I just don't see. That's a serious one. They gotta have some inside road.
They do it a lot on to old people. Yeah. They do it a lot to old people.
So bogus.
On the elderly all the time.
Yeah, and that's. I didn't even know it was. Look,
I didn't even know people were doing it until I happened to watch this one episode of Law and Order. Don't judge me. I was watching this episode of Law and Order, and they had done it to this guy, and he didn't know. Ultimately, when he found out who did it, he killed him. But that's a whole other story. I mean,
that's based on some
worked his whole life. He was retired. He was like a porter on a train or whatever, and Pullman cart or whatever. He was just had worked his whole life. He and his family, whatever. His son was a doctor, blah blah blah, who was so uppity and had no time for him, no way, or whatever. And so this one guy stole his identity and sold his shit right from under him. When he found out who did it, he did some research because he did some research. He found the person, hunted them down, and killed their ass. And and I was like, but I know Law and Order is a lot of times based off true stories. So I went digging, and I found out that this was something that was true. People were actually doing that. There's a special place in hell for a motherfucker who will steal somebody's house.
Yeah,
that is so wrong.
But and it should be, you should get a gimme. That should be a buy. If you kill a motherfucker for stealing your house, you should be, back in the day, they need to go back to some of that, like horse thieves and all certain things, certain somebody steal your house, that's expensive. You know what I'm saying? You got your kids there, and then let's say you tied up in all this paperwork, and then motherfuckers evict you, or you can't go for it till they clear it up. You got that.
They couldn't clear it up anyway. There was nothing that could be done. He had gotten the money. He had sold that. You know what I mean? There was nothing that could be done. This man showed up. He had sheriff shows up at his door telling him he has to leave. You know.
The people who bought the house should be out of the money, or the title company who didn't clear title.
I think that's what I'm saying. The company that didn't do their due diligence should be the ones that out of money.
Because I'm going, I don't care which sheriff, it need to be Buford Pusser up in here to get me out of my house with me, because otherwise I ain't leaving. You know what I'm saying? And
you a pissed off mofo in chat. That's what they saying.
I ain't leaving. And I ain't even talking about the old one. I'm talking about the new one, you know, with the anyway, yeah, shit. I got a question.
Uh-huh.
All right, so I live in Vegas, right? It's hot in motherfucking Vegas. You know how hot it is in Vegas? It's so hot that it's hot, okay? Right. So you don't, it's just hot. I can't even describe how hot it is certain times.
You know how hot it is in Vegas? It's so hot, it's hot.
It's hot. That's it. You can't go beyond that. Whatever hot to the infinity sign is what it is. So, because it's a desert. You know what I'm saying? You take all the shiny lights and shit out, you go back to Moses' time, and it's a fucking desert. That's where we are. So it's like sun and the wind and sand, and you gotta wear that shit. And so that's Vegas, all right? Now, and this is funny because I was driving just the other day. We coming up, and it was hot that day too. My sister came, got married, and brought the heat with her because it was cool until she got here. Now it's like 95, 100 something. It's hot. And these motherfuckers, every year I see them, but the ones by the freeway. You know, the dude by the freeway that wants the money, right? How this motherfucker still alive? It's one spot. There's really traffic. A lot of traffic. It's a lot of traffic here. I just got a question. There's a lot of traffic here. So he there, and you can't live close enough to where this is. But it's traffic, so he there. That's his spot because it's the money spot. But he can't live that close. How he still alive? You can't hike with the, this ain't like you can't hide the sun. How he still alive? He getting dropped off, y'all stupid asses. He got a car. He got a chauffeur dropping into that bitch early at 6 o'clock in the morning and picking his ass up when the sun go down. Because he can't get there. And he don't be having no water. He be looking so pitiful. He ain't got none of this shit fucked up shoes. And you think he got it in Vegas. It's too hot to live under the viaduct. So where he come from? How he get there? Answer me that. Y'all text that shit.
Maybe he's Jesus. Trying to see. Maybe he's Jesus or an angel or something trying to test your humanity.
Testing humanity? That what Jesus do?
I don't know. I'm thinking that shit. What would Jesus do? I don't know. I'm just saying.
That's what Jesus do.
I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna stop. I usually just pass by.
Ask Jesus?
I'm gonna ask him if he.
Oh, the guy. Okay. I just said you was gonna ask Jesus. Okay.
Oh shit! I'm bad because I'm confused. I want to know. He might be either maybe he like cool with Jesus and he put him there because this dude. I'm gonna ask him how he get there though. I'm gonna ask him where you live and how the fuck you get here in this heat. Way the fuck out here because ain't no residents close to this shit.
I ain't fooling with you. But
that's mine because when you see the people there, you gotta look at them shoes. Like you say, you got new Jordans, but look at the proximity to living quarters, you know what I'm saying? And say, how in the fuck could he get here? And if he getting there in a car, he can't be that bad off. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You can't be waiting for my money.
For those of you who just may be joining us, this is Playing Devil's Advocate. I am your host, Ms. KiKi, the consummate provocateur, and as you can see, you have met Angry Rob tonight. You met Angry Rob. Can you make the Angry Rob emoji face, please? We are joined by 40 Spunky Angel. If you want to be a part of the conversation, go ahead and post in our chat room or send us the tweet. We got a bunch of them coming in. I'm going to get to you guys in just a second, or you could post our Facebook wall at facebook.com/playing devil's advocate. It is time for us to tell you 10 ways to avoid a scam, and then I'm going to give you the banned debt collectors, and then I'm going to give you some information so that you can, if you find that these people are contacting you and trying to scam you, how to report them so that they can go down. You know, there are a lot of people that a lot of these companies are getting the book thrown at them, you know, for their shenanigans. So we're going to give you some of that information there. They are laughing at you and that angry emoji face. Oh, my God, that was classic. Oh, my God, that was so classic. I
got one more.
Okay,
quick. Give out your list.
Quickly.
Politicians. Y'all are former residents of Crook County. We have the worst politicians right here in Crook County. And we are constantly scammed by our aldermen, our governors, our senators, and every damn politician that comes out of this damn city. So be wary of your councilmen that, you know, offer money to fix shit that never gets fixed. The people that you're voting for, because they lie through their false teeth. Look, oh, here we go.
That's Harold Washington. That's Harold Washington. He forever got some
not a crook.
That is why they killed him in Crook County.
I know. That's why they got him. He wasn't.
That's why they got him.
He wasn't.
The president.
Y'all still on that conspiracy theory? Harold Washington was murdered.
Yeah, because he wasn't supposed to win the second term. He wasn't supposed to win the first one, but after the second term, and then all of a sudden, right away, boom, you know, yeah, that was. I mean,
it had nothing to do with the high blood pressure and all that stuff.
Yeah.
No. And the only crook that has never been caught is the head of the doggone mafia, Daley himself. So, you know, he has retired gracefully. Everybody know what he will do and won't do. We used to his bullshit. So politicians are the other con artists here.
Yeah. Well, you just got to put all of the, you know, all the pieces of the puzzle together. Because if you remember, when Harold ran for that second term, and I only know this because my pops was real instrumental in that, we were raising money.
Rob, you have to preface this because everybody doesn't know who you're talking about.
All right, I'm sorry. The former mayor, first black mayor, former mayor of Chicago, who won, and then he won a second term, which was unprecedented. But when they asked Mayor Daley, or I guess I got to call him Mayor Daley now, but at the time, he was saying, well, he had no interest in running for mayor, you know, even though that's his family's legacy. His father was mayor forever, so he was supposed to be mayor forever. But he knew they didn't put him in that race. You see what I'm saying? Then when that happened, very next term, boom. Now he wants to run for mayor.
Well, he knew he wasn't going to win against Harold Washington.
And that would have smeared his whole image. So
yeah, that would have tarnished the legacy of the Dailies. Anyway, not that it wasn't tarnished enough, but anywho. Here are 10 ways, ladies and gentlemen, to avoid being scammed after I cough up a lung. All right. The first thing that you guys need to be aware of is, you know, you can spot an imposter. You know, scammers often pretend to be somebody that you trust. You know, a government official, even a family member, a charity or a company that you have done business with or currently doing business with. Don't ever give money or personal information in response to an unexpected request, whether it comes as a text, a phone call, or an email. If it was unexpected and out of the blue, something or someone that you trust or have some kind of faith in is asking you for money, there's something rotten in the cotton. Pay attention. The second thing is do your online research, right? A company or, like, let's say a product or whatever. Do a search. Google them. Use words like review. Use words like complaint. Use words like scam when you're searching them. And those will usually show you information, right? And it'll tell you. So say, for instance, you're talking about the IRS student tax fraud. I mean, student tax, right? Do IRS student tax reviews. Student, complaints, scams. And trust me, you'll see that more people will have information that you have as well. And you'll see sometimes that the information has already been reported. Another thing, number 3, and can y'all post these in chat for me? Number 1 is spot the imposters. Number 2 is do your online search. Number 3 is do not believe your caller ID, ladies and gentlemen. Technology has made it so easy for scammers to fake caller ID, spoofing. So the name and the number that you see are not necessarily the same that matches who you're speaking with. If somebody is calling you asking for money or personal information, hang up the phone. Right? If you think the caller might be on some BS, hang up the phone. It's just that simple. Get them to give you a callback number. Do your research to find and get another callback number. You know, they have little lines on, things on the internet that say, what's this number? And you put in the phone number, and you'll see a whole thing pop up of all these people saying, yeah, they called me saying this. Yeah, they called me saying that. Blah, blah, blah. They asked me, whatever. And they said, you forgot number 3. I'm talking too fast. Don't believe your caller ID.
You said something before that.
That would be number 2, not number 3. Number 2 is do your online research. Number 1, spot imposters. Okay? Any questions about that so far?
You said something else, but I just didn't get it. But go ahead.
I said number 1, spot the imposter.
I got that.
Number 2, do your online research.
I did that.
3, don't believe your caller ID.
I wrote that. Okay, well, I thought I heard something else.
Okay. All right, number 4, don't pay up front for a promise. Somebody might ask for you to pay for something in advance for something like debt relief, credit and loan offers, mortgage assistance, or even a job, because there are a lot of scams for working it at home now, right? Mm. They might even tell you that you won a prize, like Sporty said, that trip that you won for free, but you got to pay the taxes.
Yep.
That's some bullshit. Don't pay up front for something that they're promising to offer you. They came to you, then they need to wait for your money. Provide the service. Number 5, consider how you pay. Credit cards have like a lot of fraud protection built in, right? But a lot of payment methods don't. Wiring money, Instagram, Western Union, MoneyGram, that's all risky because that stuff is hard to get your money back, and it's almost untraceable, right? So those reloadable cards like MoneyPack, Reloaded, and all that other stuff, the government is not going to ask you to use that shit to pay them. They're going to ask you for a certified check. They're going to ask you for your credit card. Excuse me. They ain't going to ask you for no damn fake ass.
It.
That's it. So that's number 5. Consider how they're asking you to pay for it. Number 6, talk to somebody. Before you give up your damn money or your personal information, talk to somebody else that you trust. A con artist wants you to make a decision in a hurry. That's why they're pressuring you. That's why they threaten you. You slow it down. You check out the story. You do your research. You consult somebody else. And they might be like, girl, okay, did you hear what you just said? Let me repeat back to you what you just said. Does that make sense to you? Don't work at that thing, at their pace. Number 7, hang up on robocalls unless it's me. Because I do send out robocalls to remind you guys of the show. So hang up on them, right? If it's a recorded sales pitch, hang up and report it because that is illegal. A robocall asking for your money or to sell you something is illegal. Don't press 1 to speak to nobody or to tell them that you want to be taken off that list. All that's going to do is put you in line to get more calls. So hang up unless you hear, hey, this is KiKi from Playing Devil's Advocate. Other than that, hang up because I ain't asking you to buy nothing. Oh, Lord. Oh, Jesus. Number 8. Oh, excuse me. Air, please. Air. I'm dying here.
Are these like the 10 Commandments?
For not getting scammed. Yep.
Okay.
Number 8.
Okay.
Be skeptical about free trial offers. Now, some companies will use free trials to sign you up for products, like Netflix and all that other stuff, and they'll bill you until you cancel. But before you agree to do a free trial and you don't know the company, research that company and read their cancellation policy. Always review your monthly statements for charges that you don't recognize, even after you may have canceled or maybe not even signed up, because sometimes they will have already gotten your information and all they needed to do was to get you on the phone, and then they can boom bam say that, oh yeah, we did, we talked to you on such and such date and you told us to go ahead and do it. So do be skeptical of free trial offers, especially.
I got a good free trial offer dude thing, but go ahead, keep going with your
Okay, number 9, because we're almost done. Number 9, don't deposit a check and or wire any money back. Okay, by law, banks have to make funds from deposited checks available within days, but uncovering a fake check can take a while. If the check you deposit turns out to be fake, then you're responsible for paying the bank. And what I'm talking about is there are a lot of people who will say that they're secret shoppers and they'll send you this big check or whatever for you to go shopping and to cover your fees or whatever, and you deposit it into your account. It's a bum check. Guess who's on the hook for that money?
I got one of those.
They've already been paid out.
I got one of those. Go ahead, I'll tell you that one too.
Okay. And then, so that's number 9. Don't deposit any checks or wire money back to them, because it's gone. And number 10, sign up for free scam alerts with the Federal Trade Commission. And you can do that by going to FTC, that's Frank T. Tom Charlie C, or Federal Trade Commission, ftc.gov/scams. They'll give you the latest tips. They'll give you advice about scams, all that good stuff. Excuse me, right to your inbox.
Repeat that.
Sign up for scam alerts from the FTC, from the Federal Trade Commission at ftc.gov/scams.
Can I go?
Yes. Quick.
All right, I got 2. I didn't even
Okay, make it quick because I got to give y'all the band debt collectors and then. Go ahead, Rob.
All right. So I'm gonna go backwards because this one's fresh on my head. So I got this thing. I don't know how I got the notification, but it was about they were gonna pay you. I think it may have been in the newspaper. They were gonna pay you to wrap your like my truck. They would pay you to put this advertising on your truck. You know what I'm saying? You just had to get the wrap and blah blah blah, and the rest of your payment was in it. So I was like, let me see. So I called them. I read the ad. So I called them. I'm like, yeah, what you got? Yeah, I got the Silverado, blah, 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 a lot of space for your shit, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that sounds perfect. All right, so then they send me overnight mail this check, right? So I'm thinking, oh, fuck, the check is here, right? So what you're supposed to do with this check is they give you the address of this wrap place, right? You're supposed to go buy the wrap. You're supposed to, they order the wrap from these people. So you're supposed to send them the money for the wrap, and you keep the rest. The rest is your first payment or your first 2 payments or whatever, your first week or first 2 weeks, whatever it was. So you got like $800 something left, whatever. It was like $1,400 shit, whatever what the check was. But that's the same shit because I went around. I never did. I was scared of the check because it just didn't seem right. It seemed too easy, but I was scared of the check. The check would work. I showed people. Other people like, oh, well, give me the number. I was scared. Because it just didn't smell right, that check. You know what I mean?
That's right. If it don't feel right, don't trust it. Always check it out.
I think we went to the bank, too, and asked them if the check was real. But I didn't deposit the check, and I didn't do nothing. But I had one of those. Then what was the other one you said? I had the scam, the free trial. All right. So And these motherfuckers is badass with they advertising. I see them all the time. They do this men's health ad, the men's health one, and like the new one they got it with these stars too. Like they had it with Thor dude and other dudes. Now it's Dr. Dre, and the ad is posting around. It's on Facebook and everything. It says it's a sad day in the music industry or some shit, and you click it, and it's basically they fucking with them about steroids or something. So get your supply while they last. It goes from negative to basically they selling this shit that he's using. They're saying he's accused of using these things. So there's these 2 fitness things that you can order, and when you order them. And I read the thing, I was like, free sample, you get your free trial shit. But when you order it, it's like $69 or some shit for about, supplements are like $20-some a piece for a bottle of them supplements, the kind of muscle shit that you get in it. Like my brother sells all that. Man, it was like $69, like whatever it was when I saw $69 after like 14 days or 7 days. Mm-hmm. Like, what the fuck? And all this shit only comes with like enough pills for 2 weeks anyway, if you take them right. And they hit you each time for that. It's like automatic withdrawal. Yeah, you got to be careful with that. Next thing you know, you spending, $200-$300 a month on some fucking supplements that you ain't going to fucking use, and you ain't going to the gym. Yep. You ain't going to look like motherfucking The Rock or none of them, So, but that's how they get you on this thing. So that. Yeah. And then the last thing, the Western Union shit. Yeah, that's true. It's hard to get your money back. The Western Union thing, because like when you go online and you try to get those like fake iPads from China that you're gonna bring into the country to sell, and they come in and they ain't really the ones you thought they was, you can't get that money back. I'm telling you.
I don't know what you talking about, and to keep you from getting in trouble, we about to change the subject.
You can't get that money back. And the cigarettes you smuggle in.
Okay, stop. Guys, since YouTube won't allow us to post the links in chat, we will be posting the list for, the FTC link regarding for the scam alerts. We also will be posting some of the FBI known scams, and we will be posting the links of the banned debt collectors, but I'll just give you guys a couple names right off the top. If you are being harassed or asked about a debt by any of the following companies, and I'll give there's a whole list. Operations Collection Protection. They did Operations Collection Protection. That was what they did. Operation Collection Protection. The federal government. And so some of the new people on their banned list are Broadway Global Master Inc., KIP LLC, which is Payday Loan Recovery Group. The National Check Registry, LLC, and Premier Debt Acquisitions, LLC. They have been banned by the FTC, people. They should not be coming after you for anything. Anything, okay? So if you have one, if you want to know right now, a debt collector that keeps calling you and you want to know, let me know. And I will look on this list right now before I post it and tell you if they're on some bullshit. I will let you know. I got a whole list. I got a
rule.
Yeah, okay.
I got a rule. It could be number 11, or it could be like number 0, because I know you had 10. So, but I got a rule. And it should be easy for some of y'all. I know it was easy for me when folks was calling, but I'm broke. I'm always broke. Just be broke. They can't get shit from you if you broke. I love it, but you got to send it because I'm broke. Don't buy. If you ain't asked, you know what I'm saying? Don't pay for shit you ain't trying to buy. Don't come to me, man. I'm broke. Always be broke. Anybody come at you, I need $20. I'm broke. I need you to pay for it. I'm broke. I got a free trip for you to pay. I'm broke. If you always broke, you won't be broke. Just don't have no money, man. Just be broke. That's rule number 1 or 0. It's rule number 0, because just be broke. You ain't got to worry none of that other shit if you stay broke.
Okay. That would be a bonus. That's
just be
10
broke.
with an asterisk. 10A.
And then, since he said that, you also, because the first thing they ask you is, what credit card are you paying for?
I ain't got no credit, man.
Don't have no credit cards.
I'm broke. I ain't got no credit. I'm broke.
Credit card? Shit,
They
ain't
get
that's
you
why
like
you
that,
calling
man.
me about a debt? Fuck, I get a credit card. If I got bad credit, where I get a credit, you know?
You'll be amazed how many lists you get off being broke.
Well, you'll get off a lot of
lists.
lists too when you tell them you're reporting their asses to the FTC too.
Yeah. Okay, you can do that.
And you can do that as well for anybody who's trying to sell you something. Delta Airline does it a lot. A lot of these vacation companies will call you a lot, or just a lot of people just in general. Tell them to remove you off the list. Make a note of the date and the company and the time that you told them to remove you off the list, and you tell them if you ever get another call, you report them to the FTC. And then you immediately go and do that and make sure that you block them.
And if you like I used to be, if you want to have fun, when I used to answer the phone, that's why I showed y'all one time it rang. I put it up and they said some 877. So I ain't. But when I used to answer the phone and they call you, it's always at dinner time. So if y'all know me, don't try to call. I don't answer phone. So I just gave it away that I know you call, but I just don't call. But when I used to answer the phone, it's always dinner time. So here's one I used to use when they say, hey, can I talk to you? I'm like, yo, I'm in the middle of dinner. Can you give me your number so I can call you back and fuck with you while you having dinner with your family? Give them that one. Give them that one. Ask for their number. Can I call you right back? Give me your number. Let me call you right back. I'm going to fuck with you. Or a good time to fuck with you when you at home on your own time. They usually don't like that, and they'll hang up on you. I had them hang up on me, so I knew I was getting good.
All right. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, y'all can take the angry dude's advice. Give me your angry emoji. I can't with the angry emoji. Oh, shit. He's got these emojis down, man. I am so done right now. All right. It is time for our ASPDA letter. It has absolutely nothing to do with our topic. Again, the banned bill collectors, debt collectors, I will put the link out on Facebook, so make sure you visit. I will also put the FTC alerts, and I will also put the FBI scam alerts as well that you can pay attention to. We'll put that on our Facebook page at facebook.com/playingdevilsadvocate. So make sure that you are checking our page so you can get that information. It is time for our ASPDA letter. Like I said, it has abso-freaking-lutely nothing, do you hear me? Nothing to do with tonight's topic. But we are going to go ahead and have it anyway. Let me find some things here, because for some reason my information here is doing its own thing. All right. So, excuse me. Here we go. Time for this disclaimer, y'all.
At some point, you will be offended by something said on our show, but Playing Devil's Advocate is meant to be a forum for open, honest, and more importantly, judgment-free dialogue. The opinions expressed here may not necessarily be those of our hosts or the show in general, but we're willing to have the uncomfortable conversations so we can heal and find solutions for our listeners and quite possibly ourselves. Enjoy the rest of the show.
You want answers? You can't handle the truth.
What is wrong with you, Rob? For those of you guys who just may be joining us, it is time for our ASPDA letter. And
hostile.
It's time for our ASPDA letter. So it is sponsored by our producer's drink of the week. So if you have not had an opportunity to check out Memorial Day Punch, now's your time. Facebook.com/playingdevilsadvocate to get the information. Here's the letter. They said, Dear PDA, want to get your opinion because I know you will be able to give me some perspective. Typically, I easily am able to give advice to others about their situation, but when it comes to me, I need some help. Here's the situation. I'm in the entertainment business, and I come across and work with a lot of handsome, talented, eligible celebrity men, but there's one in particular that I have my eye on. while doing business, there has been some flirting, but I haven't acted on anything. But here's where it gets a little tricky. A mutual business associate who's a male, who has watched us interact, aka peep the mutual flirting, disclosed to him that I have a little more than business interest in him. He said something to him because he needed to throw me off into the deep ends of the water because he knew I wouldn't be the one to make the first move. Thing is, this guy hasn't done or said anything about it. I'm from the old school, and I'm used to men pursuing me, so I find it difficult to start the conversation. But everyone seems to think that he probably won't say anything first for a few reasons. One, we're still doing business, and he may not want to rock the boat. Two, he's a celebrity, and he's used to women approaching him, so he wouldn't know how to handle rejection if the interest wasn't reciprocated. Or three, my fear. He's just not interested. PDA fam, keep it real with me and tell me what to do or not do. Sign, do you like me? Check yes or no. So, wait, we got Rob down there making his thinker face. Sporty over here sighing. Sporty, I'm going to let you go first before I give my 2 cents.
You want me to go first?
No, Sporty first.
Okay.
Since she sighed out loud.
If you want it, go get it.
Who you looking at?
I'm looking at all y'all. You, Rob, everybody. If you want him, then open your mouth. Closed mouths don't get fed.
Okay.
So talk to him.
All right. Rob, go ahead and give the male perspective, and then I'll go ahead and give my coach's perspective.
I know y'all see me being silly a lot, but this is the time where I like to get serious. You know, this one's tough because it could go a couple different ways. I mean, I think the celebrity angle has some merit. I mean, I'm a little fucked up like that. I like people coming at me. I don't really do a lot of the pursuing, so that has some merit. But at the same time, you know, if it's already been flirtation, so the door's kind of open already, I would think. I mean, now if we've been flirting already, then I might not be as prone to be waiting on somebody to make a move. It's already been made one way or another. So now that kind of bothers me. He knows the professional thing I don't think has any weight. It's just not as professional of an industry as you want to try to make it seem. Professionalism and entertainment, all of us haven't been there. I think people fuck all the time. So my thing is, be careful with Sporty's advice, because unless you just want to have a good time. I mean, if you want to have a good time, then do like Sporty says. You know what I'm saying? But if you're trying to look longer and deeper, I think that you might have to wait, and he might not be interested. But that's a tough one. That's a tough one because he's either. Yeah, the flirtation thing is what gets me. He should be making a move. So he just might not be. And if you make a move, he gonna hit it, but it ain't going long. It ain't gonna be long. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my advice.
All right. Taking all of that into consideration, you haven't spoke on it to him. You guys have had flirtation, and someone else spoke to him about it. What was said, what their thought was, or what their commentary was after that was said, we don't know, right? What we do know is that this other person says that they said something to them. We don't know whether he took that with a grain of salt or if he took it to heart, right? So that might be why he didn't, because he didn't hear it from you. That could be one perspective. He didn't hear from you. He's not going to jump out there and be like, all right, well, your boy said such and such, or you know what I mean? You know, maybe he don't want to put dude on blast. Maybe he don't want to put himself out there. I don't know. But I'll put it to you like this. It's a thin line between where Rob stands and where Sporty says. Say something. But be careful how you say it, and be a little bit more diplomatic in the way that you put it, because, again, it's not about the business. Y'all going to continue to do business regardless. whether you screw him or not. Y'all gonna continue to do business because there's money on the table. Ain't nobody finna fuck off no money. If he ain't managed to be a celebrity or do whatever he is to do by being stupid and fucking off money. So that business is gonna happen. The reality is do you want to wait until after you've completed your business to take, to say something? But I think that you should say something in a way where it's comfortable and it doesn't put a hitch in anybody's giddy up. That way he's clear it's coming from you. And if he's interested, he'll step. If he's not, then he won't. It's simple. Because clearly either he's afraid to say something or he's not interested. But you'll never know anything if nothing is never said anything. If you never say anything, you'll never know. You'll never know. So, do you want to continue to not know? Then don't say shit. Rob shaking his head.
No, what you say makes sense. I ain't tripping.
They said, "What if she's shy?" Okay.
She ain't shy. She already been flirting with him. I mean, the shyness is broken. That's broken. The ice is broke. It's water now. It's just we just whether they gonna add flavor into that motherfucker or not. But it's liquid.
Did I just look? You hit this mouth? Dribbling all over the place.
Closed mouths don't get fucked, fed, or felt on. I ain't trying to hear it. Look, that's just it.
And see, this is why we don't leave her unattended for too long, because she say crazy shit like that.
Well, see,
can you tweet that? Closed mouth don't get fucked, fed, or felt on.
See, this is where the fine line is for you. I think KiKi gave you the best rational advice, which was across whatever. Say something and be careful, but don't be all sporty up on them, because sporty just won't fuck. So you don't really care about the end results, and unless that's what you want, then you're good. You just want, then just put it out there. That's the advice. Don't worry about it.
If you want bang, skeet, take Sporty's advice.
Right.
If you want to use your Bob, then you listen to Bob. And if you want to find out, listen to me. Just, find a nice balance. And I can't tell you what to say. That's something that has to naturally, organically come from you.
Right.
Because any other way would seem contrived and it would make it even more awkward. But you have to find a way that works for you, that's authentic, organic, and that will work.
Right.
What's up with this? And here's the thing. I don't give a rat's ass celebrity or not. He's still a man. He still standing up, I hope. If he's doing it any other way, so it doesn't matter. The celebrity status, I think that's some bullshit. They're all human beings. They want to meet people and make sure that they're genuine people and all of that stuff too. So I don't give a rat's ass about that. So what? So.
And I wasn't implying that makes him different, just that he might be accustomed to being approached.
Well, no, that's what the other people said in the letter. She was saying that people think that that's because that's part of his hesitation is that, But yeah, first of all, men are real simple. Y'all don't like rejection, so y'all gonna do the path of least resistance. A little flirtation can be misunderstood. It could be fun and playful because I'm flirtatious by nature, right? So that might not be enough of a green light for a guy. So sometimes you have to be a little bit more overt, right? So that they're clear, and then they're like, oh, okay, it's safe to proceed.
Right. Because me, as a shy white dude, I like the folks to come all the way and give me all the clues I need.
She just got to come up to you and say, hey, look, can we fuck? Or, hey, I like you. Check. Do you like me?
Yes.
Check
Well,
yes
yeah,
and check
no. That's the way I like it.
She literally has to give you that one.
So any of y'all that see me running through the airport or something, that's the one I like. That's how I like it, just like that.
Yeah, so it's it's really easy. I mean, anybody else in the chat room? Let's see here. They're laughing. Hi, did he say white dude? Yeah, that's what he said. He said he's the shy white dude.
Oh, they must have came late. They didn't see the note. You got to be in the first hour because I got my notes come up in the first hour. If you didn't see,
I can't even believe your ass actually had that. I can't believe you had that up there. I'm not fooling with you. But yes, There's your answer.
There's your answer.
Oh, in chat, Sporty, Psycho said, do you like him? Yes or no? Everybody always flirts with Sporty. Everybody in the chat room be like, hey, beautiful. Oh, there's my Sporty. There's my love muffin. Oh, everybody loves on Sporty in chat. And that's all right with me. I'm mad. I ain't mad.
Hey, what's his name?
Psycho.
Psycho. Hey, Psycho, you in driving distance? Then yes. If you're not in driving distance, then no.
He's not in driving distance.
Okay, then no.
He said, so I don't know if if Chan wanted to chime in on it or not, because I saw her pop her little thing, her icon pop back up, so I don't know if she wanted to respond to it or not. But back to our topic at hand tonight, we are talking about Flim, Flam, and scams. So I said I was calling them Flim Flam Scam Foolery, and
Yes.
we've talked about a lot of Flim Flam Scam Foolery tonight. Just keep your eyes open, ladies and gentlemen. I would say use common sense, but common sense ain't that common. Just be a little more discerning and be a little bit more closed with your information. Sometimes people, y'all just give up way too much.
Talk too much.
Yeah. Can I just chime real quick on that? With this being such a social world now, and everybody can get to everybody, you need to be more careful now than ever with your information. And people misuse shit. So and you just can't trust folks. So you do need to guard your time. You need to guard your information, your space. Your world is yours. You need to protect it because they got so many ways to get at you.
And one of the things, like you were just saying, Rob, too, is that I notice a lot. Like now that you've joined us with everything, I always get stuff about, well, how do I get in touch with KiKi, or what's up with your girl, or how's she doing, or how can I get with her, blah blah blah. And then now I'm getting stuff about you. Well, who is he? What's up with him?
Damn business. How about that?
And they try to go through people to try to get to others,
Right.
And it's like they wonder why we such a close-knit group of folk, but it's not happening. I'm not telling you, if I don't talk to you about me, what the hell make you think I'm going to talk to you about somebody else?
Let one infiltrator get through.
And
one infiltrator got through.
Oh,
but that's the thing. That's why I gotta switch everything up, like especially with all this shit popping off. But have your if you can do your a public figure page or something that you share the shit you want the world to see, where they don't come in your world. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm unfriending a whole bunch of people that don't know why. And then, because that's really only for my folks, because my kids be on there and shit, and they got their emblems from their school where they go. I don't need that. I don't need to be chasing people down for fucking with my kids, because people do crazy shit. So you need to protect your world from this, because it's just open. That's like everybody walking in your house, looking in your business, and people don't realize how much they expose themselves. Get you something where you can regulate and monitor what you show the world. If you go to Robert Carter, you ain't getting in. But if you go to Robert Carter or Rob Carter 4 or whatever the fuck it is, one of them, then you'll get in, because that's the page where everybody can go. The one with.
How you gonna say what is private and then give it out?
but like you said, you can't get in there.
You can't get in. You're gonna ask me to friend, and I'm gonna say I don't know you. If I don't know you, I ain't gonna say that. I
just don't even respond to friend requests that I don't. Like.
Right. Exactly.
First of all, my page is private, but before I made it extremely private, and I had my public figure page with my blue check mark because I'm Facebook verified. Anyway, before then, I wouldn't respond to them. If it was somebody that I saw we had a lot of mutual friends in common, I might reach out to that person and be like, hey, what's the deal with so-and-so? But now that they have that following feature, I just didn't even respond. They could still see my public post, but they couldn't see anything that wasn't public. And it's very rare that I post anything public on my private page unless it's related to the show. And sometimes I then change the settings on those because there no trackbacks. You ain't finna go digging in cache pages and find shit and try to come back to me. No.
But you into that. You take novice people. You know how many people don't just use it. They just set it up. You know how long I was on Facebook and my shit was just public, just regular there. because you don't read the show. Yeah, I'll open one and put it up so my family can see the pictures. And then, you know, until you start to go into it and deal with it, you don't even, I mean,
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to
basic.
tell you when I decided to close my shit off. My shit wasn't never like it is right now with Fort Knox. But the day that this happened is when I said, oh, fuck no. I have somebody who is notorious for this shit. But they did this one time. They literally went through all of my friends. If you're not my friend, you probably don't even have access to see my friends. You can only see our mutual friends. First of all, you can't see me. But if you're my friend and you're only a certain level of my friend, you can only see the mutual friends we have.
Mm-hmm.
They went through all my friends, y'all, and started friending my friends. I was like, but it was only certain friends that they were friending. And I said, as Samaya said to me, hey, bitch, hey.
She did.
Hey, bitch, hey. And I locked that shit down. I was like, there has got to be a way. They got blocked for a minute until I was able to go ahead and get all of that. Because I'm like, you're not finna go backdoor me to get to some dude. You know what I mean? You're not coming through my back door to try to get to Rob. You're not coming through my back door to get to Anthony. You're not coming through my back door to get to this person or that person or this person or that person. And I know you on bullshit. You're notorious for bullshit. Oh, no. Oh, no. But there's no way to stop that shit on Twitter unless you have, like, you know, a private profile altogether. And they can only, you know, you only accept them, or Instagram or something like that. They can't see who your friends are. But, yeah, I'm like, you know, at this point, Instagram and Twitter, if you that desperate, go for it. But not on Facebook. You know, if you want to
learn that
public figure page, same thing. You have to keep your shit separate. You have to. It is incumbent upon you to make your personal and your public.
Well, yeah, thanks to you, I had to
very personal. Very personal. If you wouldn't let them into your house, like you don't invite them to a barbecue just because you work with them and you know them. I mean, I'm really getting it down now, dude.
And if you don't invite them to the barbecue, they shouldn't be on your podcast.
Yeah, because that's your house. You bringing them in your house. They spending time with your family, your kids, everything you post. They spending time.
Mm-hmm. You know what were you saying, 40?
No, I was just saying, you know, that was a lesson I definitely had to learn with people because, you know, after people started trying to find out my friends and friending, you know, requests and trying to get to you and other folks, and I'm like, yeah, if you can't see our mutual friends, you see nothing. You can't even find me. I have to go look for you to friend you. You can't just go on Facebook and say, oh, here she go right here.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
It's not one of those friends of friends things, because sometimes they have it friends. I'm like, nobody.
Not a single soul. You
got
can't
my email, phone number, so what? It's like, no.
For all y'all just asking Sporty about me, you can find me at Mandalay Bay up until the 9th. Every day, from today to the 9th, except Memorial Day weekend. I won't be there.
Why are you telling
Why are you telling that?
Because they might be fans. They ain't coming to my page.
You don't know who the hell they are. They gonna roll up on you?
Yeah, that's cool. You don't know how deep I am, man. I've been Mandalay Bay. Y'all want to see me. I sign autographs, everything. I'm famous. I'm gonna be famous to people. I love the people. I ain't worried about it. I ain't got no secret.
Did this fool say you gonna be at Mandalay Bay signing autographs?
Phone number, nothing like that, but I'll be at Mandalay Bay.
Did you say you was gonna be at Mandalay Bay signing autographs?
He said that shit. That's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'm gonna send him some security. I'll send old boy down there to be his personal security guard.
No, no. Oh boy, no. Old boy will not wiggle his way into this. No.
At least he'll keep him safe.
Vito!
That is hilarious.
Oh, Vito. Anyway, guys, thank you for another great show. We're just gonna get this all wrapped up. We got about 7 minutes left in the show. We were talking about FlimFlams and scams. Anybody else got any other scam stuff they want to talk about? Bobbert.
you know, I had something, but I lost it. I had something, but hey, just protect yourself. That's all. That's all. Just don't fall for it. Be broke and be good. Be safe.
Oh, be good.
Be prosperous. I forgot what it was. I got turned. I had something though. I had like a good little speech thing for right now too, and I lost it.
Oh, you was too busy thinking about being at the Mandalay Bay signing autographs for your fans?
Well, I'll be there. Yeah, if y'all want to come through, hang out. Yeah.
Just look for the white man with the green eye.
Yeah.
The shy white man with the green eye.
Signing autographs. Hilarious.
Where can they find you near the Mandalay Bay? Will it be near House of Blues? Where they gonna find you inside Mandalay Bay?
Now I can't be that specific. It's like find Rob, you know.
But, it's like where's Waldo? So where's Rob?
Where's
okay,
Rob?
all right.
But I can promise I will be in the building though every day except Sunday and Monday.
They said how about, I asked about scams. They said, how about you stealing his idea scam? Because he is, you said about being broke. And as you were saying, talking about just be broke, he was typing it in the chat, talking about something. I'm broke. He's like, hey, he stole my idea.
I'm a hustler, dude. I'm a hustler. That's what we do. We steal whatever you got.
You're a hustler?
I mean, if you just pay attention, people give context clues. And like you said last week, follow your first mind. That gut instinct that you get is telling you something. Pay attention to it. I swear, human beings are the only people who see danger and go, well, what's that?
Go to it.
They go to it. If you see any other animal, they sense danger, they get the entire fuck away from it. Period.
Yeah. That would
be we don't do that.
We used to do that. Now we want to be like white people. They go to do it.
You are white people.
Yeah, I'm white
Listen,
people.
I'm beginning to take offense to you talking about Caucasians. Stop that. That is inappropriate.
Why?
No,
Why?
Stereotyping. I could stereotype.
First of all, how is it inappropriate? You ain't the one white person here right now is not offended. So shut the hell up. I mean, the other white person, not you, Rob. The other white meat.
She's finna open her mic.
Uh-oh.
I told you.
I'm offended with you, Sporty. I'm offended with
Thank
you.
you.
So they can have that. She always got jokes like she full black just because she dark skinned. So
yeah,
I'm with you, Sporty.
Act like that. Thank you, Chan. Thank you.
Right. No problem. I'm going back on mute.
I don't know what you talk about. You sound like RoboCop over there. I ain't listening to
What
you.
she said was just because you are dark skinned that you lashing out at me and her and we don't appreciate it. So she's offended
First of all,
with me.
hit dogs holler. I wasn't talking about now one of you broads. I was talking about Rob being the white person because he been saying all show he was a white man. And I was talking about Psycho in chat who is white. So now, y'all was a hit dogs getting holler. All of y'all feeling some kind of way about something that ain't had nothing to do with y'all. Look, I'm getting ghetto. It ain't had nothing to do with y'all.
Oh, not the hands too though. You got the hands down. Come on, girl.
It had nothing to do with y'all, boo-boo. Okay, boo-boo? Okay, boo-boo? Okay? Okay. All right. All right, y'all. Final thoughts of the night. Be careful out there. Use your brain. When your intuition speaks up to you, if something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. Okay? And it's okay to stop. We all have this thing where somehow we've gotten into this mindset as a society that somehow we're going to miss out on some shit. If it's for you, it's going to be there for you. So don't let anybody rush you or pressure you into doing something that you don't feel comfortable with. So if you get a phone call from some unknown person and they trying to pressure you and they putting the full court press on you, elbow that motherfucker. That's what I do on the court, right? Give them a strong bow. You know what I mean? Whatever. But the reality is just hang up. You don't have to engage. Disengage. So if you're not engaged, what me and Chance say all the time, #abort mission. Period.
Agreed.
Point blank. Your information is your information. You don't have to share it with anyone. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. All right? So next week is June 1st. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It is our 7-year anniversary.
Yes!
It is also the beginning of Black Music Month, and we got some wonderful musical surprises for you guys throughout the month of June. I am so excited. Old hip-hop heads, we got something for you. R&B, we got something for you. I'm just going to throw this out there. Voicemail. Escape. I'm just saying. We got something for y'all. I'm just saying. We got a whole bunch of people for y'all. El Young will be back for Black Music Month, so make sure you come back next week, first week of June. It is our 7-year anniversary. All right, on behalf of our producer, Cousin Chan, Sporty Spunky Angel, our incredible intern number 3, and Mr. Rob Carter IV, and me, KiKi Richardson, the contour. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week. And always remember, we're uncensored, unscripted, unapologetic. Good night, guys.
Good night. See you next week.